Hey everyone, one of the funniest things that I've come across, at least when I'm doing various projects, is you have to use a tape measure. It's one of these things. So looks something like this, various lengths, 26 feet. It also does metric and standard. The challenge you have with something like this, and this is the funniest part, this little clip on the end, you have to pay attention here. It's not very clear, but you can see it here on the video that it actually moves. The obvious thing is when you're taking a measurement, well, how can this possibly be an accurate measurement whenever it moves? Because every time that you take a measurement, depending on how this is situated, it's going to be off. Now, if you look at it, it looks like this moves probably about 1/8 of an inch. That's roughly the movement that it makes. But if you look down here, it moves roughly 1/8 of an inch. Now, why is that? They wouldn't design something like this that's supposed to be accurate with something that moves. Now, the idea is very clear in purpose. Let's take this piece of scrap that I have here, and we're going to stick this on the end. So the clip part is on the outside. The easiest way to do this is we're going to measure 2 inches. So we're going to make a line right at the 2-inch line. Okay, it's on the outside. You'll notice that the clip is fully extended in this direction. It's out like this. In that position, you're going to get a measurement at 2 inches. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to push it in. So instead of being out like this, we're going to push it in. And instead of putting this on the outside of this piece of scrap, I'm going to stick it right here on the end. Now, if you put it here on the end and you measure 2 inches, you can either do it there or you can put it here. Might be a little easier to see it there. Put this down. It's right on the end. You're still going to get 2 inches. I might be off a little bit, but that's just because my pencil. The idea is, how did that happen? If this is moving 1/8 of an inch, how could I possibly get the same measurement with this moving? Well, it has to do with two concepts, the outside measurement and the inside measurement. So when the clip is pushed against an object like this, it compresses inwards by the thickness of this clip. And when the clip hooks onto an edge like this, it extends outward by the same amount. So that way, whether you're hooking onto something like this or it's pushing up against something like this, you're going to get the same measurement either way. And that's because of the thickness of this clip. Now that 1/8 of an inch distance might vary depending on the tape measure because these clips might be different widths. It's probably still going to move slightly. This one just happens to be more pronounced because if you look at the end of this thing, this is actually magnetic. If I took, let's say, my knife here, see it, it sticks onto the end. So it's a little thicker than probably would have on some other tape measures. That's why this moves so much. It compensates for the clip's thickness and makes sure that it provides that accuracy depending on whether it's pushed up against something or pulled against something. That's called true zero or floating tang if you really want to get technical. It keeps everything in alignment so that way that your measurements are accurate.